We've got Jack Dyer, probably going to miss out both legs. Got injured at Bradford up there, which is particularly harsh on him because he's played a big part this season. And everyone apart from that, everyone else is fully fit. Calvin's had games where he's been out, but he's played a part in the last two, and that'll stand us in good stead.
Lee Bell's missing, I think, isn't he, for both games, is it?
Yeah, Belly's missing. Yeah, if we get sent off up there, I'm sure he'd be ruining that moment of madness. But again, we've got a strong enough squad to cope with it. It's been excellent all season, and we'll tinker with it one or two ways. And whichever team we pick, I'm sure we'll be absolutely buzzing to be selected in the playoffs. Obviously, big occasion for the club, and it's going to be a fantastic two legs. We're feeling really good about our season so far. There's a tinge of disappointment just that we couldn't quite make the third place. But that's gone now. It's absolutely gone, and I think we showed our character on Saturday against Gillingham. So like you say, finished with our highest points tally, I think 76 points, best home record in division, so there's lots of things to be really positive about at the moment. I think if you look at the odds, it makes them favours, of course it does. They're probably the biggest side by far out of the four in the playoffs. But I think what we have to appreciate is, we finished the highest out of all the playoff teams. I think we were 7 points ahead of Bradford. We've also been very good in the cup this season. People forget that. We've knocked out Sheffield United. We've knocked out Leicester at Filbert Street 4-2, a very strong Leicester side. We also knocked out Crewe in the FA Cup. So, we're also very good in cup games, if you want to term these playoff games as cup games. So we've absolutely got nothing to fear.
What part of the crowd going to play? Obviously, Valley Parade, big ground, but Pirelli plays its part as well.
Well, it works both ways, doesn't it? That if you allow them to score an early goal up there, the atmosphere is going to be electric. It's going to be a very difficult game. If you can hang on, the longer the game goes, the longer the 15, 20,000, however the magnificent crowd is going to be, maybe get a little bit frustrated that the side's not winning. But again, it's all very easy to talk about it, but it's about going there and doing it and making sure that we get the first part of the job done. We'll always look at the opposition, always look at one or two ways we think that maybe we can hurt them, and maybe we need to control them if we can in certain areas. Obviously, when the game kicks off, all your preparation, everything goes out the window to a certain degree. It's how the players perform on the day and whether they can keep the nerve and whether they can rise to the occasion, if you like. But we've certainly done that on numerous occasions this year. I think the key is not to get too involved in the occasion. It's exactly like every game we've planned for this season. The difference is, can you just run a little bit further? And just run a little bit harder, just work that little bit more to try and get something. Because certainly, it really is winner takes all in these games, and there's no second chance in terms of the overall tie. But I think the one thing I've learned really is that, particularly if you're away from home first, you've got to stay in the tie. You've got to work hard to stay in the tie and give yourself something to go into the home game and either need to hold on to or be able to chase a narrow loss or something like that, and either way it'll make for a very exciting second leg. But it's going to be difficult. Bradford are going to have a tremendous atmosphere up there. People expect them probably to beat us comfortably over the two legs, and it's up to us to change that mentality. I don't think really you'd have any preference, just like this game. You looked at who you would rather play, and a lot of sides I think have said they would rather not have played Bradford. But it doesn't matter to us. The way I see it, if you manage to get through, you're going to play one of them in the final. So ultimately, you're going to have to beat two sides to get through out of the three. And for me, it's not about that. It's about playing as well as you can yourself, controlling the things your own team can control, and hopefully we can get through. But listen, Bradford will be saying exactly the same.